Yes, ladies and gents, welcome back to the Red Corner podcast with me, Ross. Hope everyone's well this evening. Tonight, it's Wbkb Thursday, which can only mean one thing. We've got the lads from the Wbkb on. What else could it mean? Big shout out to sponsors, Cloud Competitions, and they're now sponsoring the Wbkb as well, which is amazing. Go over to Instagram, give them a follow. They've got a competition at the moment where you can win £500 and it costs you nothing to enter. Chance of winning. Can't go wrong, can you? But tonight, we have got the Cruiserweight title holder, Corey Harrison, and the challenger, Grant Hockin. Going to have a face-to-face. It's all respect between them, you know. It's I don't think there's going to be too much bad-mouthing on here or anything like that, but it's great to have them on. We're also going to be joined by Gilly from the Wbkb. Kev's not here tonight, unfortunately, but I'm sure he's watching. So, all right, Kev, Kelly, how are you doing? Let's bring Gilly on, shall we? Yes, Gilly, how you doing?
Evening, Ross. How are you, mate? Very good, very good.
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
As you said there, yeah, Kev's had his annual leave slip in. He's had it approved, night off the podcast. So just two handsome fellas for this evening. No Kev, unfortunately. But yeah, like you've said there, mate, absolutely. Do you know something? Really looking forward to this show. I was excited when Grant was on his own. I was excited and looking forward to hearing what Grant had to say. But the fact that we've been able to get Grant and Corey Harrison both on the podcast tonight is absolutely fantastic. You know, two big cruiserweight monsters. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic title fight, and to have them both on the show tonight and giving us their views on the fight and other topics, yeah, brilliant, mate. Really can't wait for this next half an hour or so.
I know, this fight has got me excited, to be honest. Corey, you know, he's fought in the BKFC. He's the current Wbkb Cruiserweight champion. And then we've got Grant as well, who's had one outing in the Wbkb and got a victory, and now challenging Corey for the belt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you think obviously Corey won the title at Wbkb 1. And to be honest with you, he gave us our first sort of holy shit moment of the entire process, didn't he? Because, you know, that combination that he threw, that fair play to Russell Burns. Russell seeing the bell at the end of the round, tough as nails. But the combination that Corey threw, especially when you seen it in the slow motion and you heard the sound, you know, that was like, wow. You know, I think that was my sort of like a little bit of a reality check. It was like, oh shit, this is what BKB is all about. And obviously Corey, I think, went into that fight as the sort of away fighter. You know, Russell had the big hometown crowd behind him and all the rest of it. And Corey really silenced the room that night. He came in and just announced to the world what a monster of a man that he is, and what a worthy champion that he is also. And
Absolutely.
then obviously you move on to Grant. Like we've said, Grant, long and illustrious career as a professional MMA fighter, big, tough, strong boy. Hits really, really hard. You know, hits like a train does Grant. Bare knuckle boxing, tried to give it a shot. Sadly, things didn't quite go to plan his first fight. Obviously, we had a last minute glitch where his opponent couldn't make the fight, and we had to draft in a last minute replacement. But you could just see the hard work that Grant had put in. You know, he was absolutely bouncing fit. He was in absolutely fantastic shape, and he come in there with bad intentions, and he absolutely steamrolled his opponent, Bob Wilson, who was game and tough, and we were grateful for what Bob done, stepping in the last minute and showed what a warrior Bob was. But that really set Grant up and showed, you know, what Grant's all about. I think, to be honest with you, Ross, like I've said this a few times, I think guys like Grant, you know, from that MMA background, they're used to fighting in the 4-ounce gloves and things like that. I think when you get a big, tough, strong MMA guy, I really do think that bare knuckle boxing suited to them. So, you know, it's a real good style clash as well. Obviously, as Corey's alluded to, you know, he's always out on the circuit in the gloves, picking up his boxing experience and things like that. They're both from fantastic gyms. Corey represents the Cobra's Den out of Hadiham near Burnley, under the tutelage of the legendary Seamus Devlin. And then obviously you've got Grant, who trains at the Tap Out Knockout, working under the legendary Trevor Cunningham. So, yeah, like I say, it's all just set fair for an absolutely fantastic fight. And I'm sure, you know, the tickets are going to fly out to watch this fight as well as the rest of the event.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about tickets quickly as well. What we're saying about tickets now.
Right, okay, so tickets are going on sale from tomorrow. After this podcast, we're going to pop something on all our social medias for tickets and things like that. So essentially, as we discussed last week, the layout is there's going to be a grandstand. The grandstand holds 300 people. That's the area for our standard tickets. Facing the grandstand, we will have the ring, and we'll also have a 40-metre marquee. So basically, inside the marquee, it's going to be all seated. So inside there, you'll have table service, you'll have a seat, you'll have a fantastic view of all the action. What we've decided this time round is, last time we sold as VIP, so there was a bit of a sort of thing around who got the best seats at ringside. So this time we've actually added an extra category. So for those who are looking and already, itching to get their tickets, which will go on sale from tomorrow, we have a ringside category. Those tickets are £75. We have a VIP category. Those tickets are £65. We'll get you waitress service and a seat in our marquee. And there'll be the standard tickets, which will be all seated inside the grandstand. Fantastic seat, and obviously you'll be protected from all the elements. Hopefully on the 31st of August, the sun will shine on us and we'll have a scorching day. And those tickets will be priced at £45.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. I've seen the setup and everything like that. And this, we went bigger and better the last show. This show is going to be bigger and better once again, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, it's, I suppose fortune favours the brave and all the rest of it. Because obviously, like you say, this show again, it's taken onto the next level. Kev's not with us tonight, and I think it's fair to say I'm probably more the pragmatist, and Kev's the guy with the dreams, and he works his socks off, him and Kelly, to make it all happen. And this is their vision of the show, and now that we've sort of come round to it, I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic, Ross. And like you say, it's once again we've managed to raise the bar. Wbkb 3 is going to be even bigger and better than the first two, and every event's been special so far, and I really just can't wait to see how special this event is. I think it's going to be something that everybody who attends will remember. And the night of fights that we've got lined up when we get them announced over the next couple of weeks is going to be, well, like you say, I think outsiders such as the BKFC, our cards are second to none. The quality of the fighters is absolutely top draw, and guys like Grant and Corey, and obviously the already announced fight between Vidmantas and Etchikis and Jack Dugdale just highlights the quality of what we're putting on for this show.
Yeah, definitely. And it's, we look to match fairly as well. It's not going to be a case of someone who's 5-0 versus someone making the debut. We match fairly as well.
Do you know something? Absolutely 100%. What we've always set out in our stall is everything. If everything that you get in this organisation will be earned. Like you look at this fight that we've got coming up here. If Corey retains his belt, he's going to do it the hard way. And if Grant wins the belt, Grant's going to have had to have overcome a real top quality opposition to lift this belt. Nothing's given. There are no hometown favourites. There are no, like you said, there's no mismatches, anything like that. Everything's done where its weights are accurate, records are accurate. We're watching footage of the guys who are fighting and making sure that, that they're up to it. Because obviously sometimes, as the old saying goes, Ross, records are for DJs, and sometimes records can be misleading and things like that as well. But yeah, like I say, we leave no stone unturned, and we watch the footage and we make sure these guys are what we need, and that the matchups are fair. And like I say, I genuinely think every matchup that we put on the cards, when these guys step in the ring, there really is a case for both guys winning the fight. I think sometimes you can watch a fight, unfortunately, and you go, well, it's a pretty much a foregone conclusion, so who's going to be the winner? And that certainly isn't the case on our show. These are all 50-50 fights, and it's who knows how they're going to end, when they're going to end. It's just make sure you keep your eyes peeled on the action at all times.
Oh mate, it's going to be brilliant, isn't it? It's going to be brilliant. We've got Jack Dugdale in the comments here as well, saying, "Evening, fellas, looking forward to this. If you need a translator from Burnley to English, let me on the live chat."
I was actually just wondering whether Jack had borrowed Corey's cats for the night. To be honest with you, that's what I was kind of thinking. Jack's cats like to make an appearance on our podcast. Thought he was maybe passing over to Corey for the evening, but likely not.
Corey laughing in the background there, and Grant. Let's just bring these lads on, shall we? Let's get them on.
Indeed, it's all about these two guys, Ross. Get them in.
Yeah. So, ladies and gents, first of all, the WBKB Cruiserweight World Champion, Corey Harrison. How are you doing, Corey?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
All good, my man. Thanks for joining us. And we've also got your the contender, Grant Hockin. How you doing, Grant?
I'm doing all right.
All good, my man. All good. How are you feeling for the fight? He's excited for this fight.
Yeah, bother.
Yeah. I say it's a fight I wanted. So when I came in, I want to fight the best. Corey's the best at cruiserweight. He's got the belt, so these are the fights I want.
Yeah, absolutely. And Corey, I seen that. I think it was on your Facebook or something the other day. It was saying, look, you're going to put the work in for this fight. You're going to train hard and everything like that. Not that you don't train hard anyways, but has this lit a fire under you again?
Yeah. Last couple of fights, I've been slacking a bit. The fire's not been there, but this one gets me going.
Brilliant. And as Gilly said as well, you're training under Seamus.
Yeah.
How's that all going? How's the camp got? Have you started camp yet?
Well, I've not started yet. I've got a fight tomorrow and a fight Saturday, and then it should be for 16 weeks, 12 weeks or something, and sort of.
12 weeks, mate, yeah.
So from Monday, that'll be a perfect camp for me. 12 weeks.
Excellent. Grant, when do you look to start your camp for this?
I'm a little bit older, so I usually do about an 8-week camp. But like I said, I've been training since that last show. I've still been doing the steps, still been doing pad, spar, and just obviously not as intense. Like I said, I could probably go and do 5 rounds now. I wouldn't be able to push the pace that I want to, but I could still do the 5 rounds now. So I'm hoping an 8-week camp will suit me.
And there's the fight poster there. Cruiserweight title fight. It's going to be some do. I can't wait. This is the fight that I want to see the most. Almost, I think. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for most fights. Well, all the fights that we've got booked so far, but this one to be, headline co-main event is the one for me that I'm really, really looking forward to.
Who's main event? Jack.
No, you and Grant are going to be headlining the bill co-main event.
Oh, so Jack's on my undercard. Just let him know that, will you? Let him know that.
Hopefully Jack doesn't take offence to that. It's going to be a co-main event, isn't it, Gilly? I think we've decided.
Yeah, it is. Like you said, there's basically two at the top of the card. There's 2 absolutely fantastic fights, both worthy of main event in any show, as far as I'm concerned. I think what you touched on there, Ross. I think it's great. At the end of the day, we all love fights. We all love watching bare knuckle boxing. I always think there's no greater thrill. There's no greater sort of for the fans than watching 2 big strong lads throw down, isn't it? It's like when you get these guys at cruiserweight pushing up there 90 odd kilos, both big strong boys, hard hitting lads. That's where the real excitement is, isn't it? And like you say, I'm with you, Ross. Unfortunately, Jack, I'm looking forward to this fight more than yours as well. We're all picking on poor Jack Dugdale. I'm expecting when I finish this, I'll have about 50 WhatsApp messages off him or something like that. But yeah, like I say, it's and just as you touched on there, Ross. We've got 2 guys here. Obviously, Corey is from the Cobra's Den at Padium under Seamus Devlin, absolute legend in boxing circles. I think 56 bouts, pro ranks in 1 year, absolute warrior of a man. And then you've got Grant, and Grant trains out to tap out, knockout work hitting under the legendary Trevor Cunningham. Grant, what impact has Trevor had on your career over the years, and how's it been in terms of your bare knuckle boxing journey?
Oh, it's been massive for me over my career. I'm a black belt through Trevor and Judy too. So he's round Cumbria, he's just a legend. Anyone that's been involved in any combat sports knows him and obviously knows how good he is. He actually tried to talk me out of the bare knuckle boxing. He thought I was too good looking for him. Like I think he was a little bit shocked, but he's one of my best mates, and like I say, he's helped me massively through it. And then I've got Paul Wilson as well. Like I said, don't underestimate how much he does for me as well. He comes watch me spar, and I'll think I've done well in a round. I'll come back to the corner and he'll be telling me things that I can do better and things like that. If I've maybe lost a round, he'll could just give me little tips. Say, right, go out, do this, and say, those two are brilliant for me. So I couldn't ask for better coaches, to be honest.
Yeah,
So just
go on,
sorry,
Gilly,
Ross.
sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, obviously, just laid on from that. So, obviously, Grant mentioned Wilson. I forgot about Paul Wilson. Apologies for that. So, Grant and Paul were two of our judges at ringside for the first event that we had. So, when you were at that first event, Grant, and you were ringside, and obviously, you watched Corey's fight versus Russell. What were your thoughts when you seen, that combination land, that sort of, busted Russell's face? What was your thoughts when you were at ringside watching that? Was that something that made you want to get involved in the sport, or was it like you're like?
It was just like I said. It was. I can remember the smack of the punch he landed. So I was sat right next to the ring. I'd say they were good shots, good heavy shots. So no, like I said, I think if you watched that and thought I wouldn't mind getting in with Corey, you'd be a bit daft, like. But so it's just something, like I said, I want to take on the best. I took on the best when I was fighting MMA. So like I said before, Corey's the best. He's the title holder. So they said I want the best fights. I want the tough fights.
Yeah. What did Trevor think about the first time, your last outing in bare knuckle, your first outing in bare knuckle? Obviously, you're saying there he tried to kind of talk you out of it. And I know you can't speak for Trevor, but, did it change his mind after he'd seen you perform?
It was like I say, it was pleased for him. I was a bit disappointed because obviously I wanted a bit of a fight, but it's like he said, you can't complain when you've won in 10 seconds and you haven't took a punch, you haven't took a mark. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean the picture of you, the video of you when you're winning, you get your arms raised, and you just look pissed. You know what I mean? You just look pissed off. Like you wanted that fight, didn't you? And I think Corey's definitely got that for you.
Like I said, that's why I'm looking forward to this. It's a fight. It's like I say, he's not going to run from me. He's not going to obviously take one punch and try and get out of there. He's going to fire back, and that's what I want. I want that buzz. I want that fight.
Yeah, mate, I can't wait. I know I keep saying it, but
all my mates are messing with me as well. They're saying like they can't wait. It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah. Sponsorship wise, you've got one sponsor so far, Grant, and still looking for more.
Yeah, so I've got Chem's Gym. He sponsored me since my very first fight in MMA and all my grappling comps. So yeah, big shout out to Ian Chambers. He's my sponsor again. But like I say, I'm looking for more sponsors. If anyone wants to help me out and send some money my way, send some equipment my way, then no problem at all. Be a massive help.
Absolutely, and the same for Corey as well. You've no sponsors yet for this show, but you're definitely looking for something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if anyone wants to help out, I'm all ears.
Yeah, even the Cumbrian businesses, like I say, there's no home favourites here. Help them out. Help make this fight happen. And
you know what? It's like we said, Ross. At the end of the day, right? These two guys are warriors taking part in one of, if not the toughest sports going. Like I said, absolute. The balls on these two to even get in the ring's unbelievable. They're two fantastic guys, two brilliant ambassadors for their own gyms. The people of Cumbria and beyond. If you're watching this, your business in Corey's area, Grant's area, if you're looking for something to do, something to sponsor, to make a difference and to get behind a couple of worthwhile blokes, then Grant and Corey are your guys. So, please, like I said, have a think about sponsoring them because, it helps these guys with the fight camps because then they get the best training, the best supplements. It just makes it even more worthwhile for them to be stepping in that ring and continuing to put a show on for our crowds as well. So, like I say, any sponsors out there, Corey's available sponsor and so is Grant Hocking. Give them both a shout. They're certainly worth a sponsor.
Yeah, and I'll put the links. I don't think you're on Instagram, are you, Grant? I put it on. I'll put your Facebook link in the description box, and I'll put Corey your Instagram link in the description box. And go over, give the guys a follow the journey as well into this this title fight that's going to be going on 12 weeks time. Tickets available from tomorrow.
Yeah. So can I just ask a quick question of Corey, if you don't mind, Ross?
Go on, mate.
So Corey, you're probably coming into this fight a bit like you did the first time. So it's like Grant's going to be the guy with like the big Whitehaven following, just as Russell did in the first fight. How much do you think that'll benefit that you've already been through that with Russell and you've experienced the fact that that the crowd was Russell's and obviously on that night you silenced the crowd. And also, can you just describe to us what it was like on that night when you picked up the win and you were crowned the champion? How did you feel, getting the belt around your waist, mate?
Being away fighter don't really affect me. I fight on circuit every week, more or less. Here, there, and everywhere. I'm never the home fighter, really. 99% of the time, I'm the away fighter. So I've had all abuse anyway. No one can abuse me any more than I've had. So it don't really bother me. And plus, it's a sweeter win if you win in someone else's backyard. And the crowd. To be fair, the crowd up there when I were there were good. I didn't have no problems with them. I felt welcome, which was weird. I've never been to a away show like that and felt that welcome, which is weird to be fair. But it just shows it was a good show. I enjoyed it from start to finish. When I won and got the belt, the feeling is, you can't explain the feeling. You've got to tell the people have got to do it themselves to even get anywhere near the explanation, the feeling. For me to explain that, I don't know. I won't be able to. It's a different fucking gravy, mate. You like it's not building Lego. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking. It's like proper warrior stuff. Proper, back to fucking bare knuckles, and again going against another man who's trying to do the same to as what you're doing to him. It's a special feeling.
Absolutely. I think you gained a lot of fans as well up here when you fought. The way that Russell went out on his shield and you caused him a lot of damage.
Yeah, and fair play to Russell as well. Fair play. His eye afterwards was bad. So and he, like you say, he got to end at round. He got up and got to end at round. So fair play to him. A tough man, Russell, and a gentleman as well at the same time. I don't have no malice towards him or anybody up there. To be fair, everyone will bang on.
Yeah, and that's what we want from the WBKB as well, for everyone that comes here, to be, it's a community that we're building. Something that I mentioned on an article that's going in the Cumberland News tomorrow about, the community that we're building around bare knuckle. And, especially for you two lads, it's a moment in time that only you two will ever share. You know what I mean? No one can ever take that away from you. And that mutual bond and that mutual respect will be there at the end of the fight, won't it?
Yeah. It's already there now. I know who Grant is. I've done my own work. He's the hometown boy, and he's got a big MMA background as well. So I already know who he is, and he's already got my respect anyway.
Yeah, likewise with Corey. So I've seen him fight. I know who he is. I've done my research, and like I said, no ill feelings, no hard feelings, or anything like that. He seems like a decent lad. And so hopefully after the fight, we'll have a pint.
Yeah, of course, mate, definitely.
Fucking hell, get a room, lads.
Not yet.
All right, let's mix it up a bit. How do you see this fight going? Let's go with you first, Grant. How do you see the fight going?
I don't think it's going 5 rounds. Anyway, put it that way. I think it's. I think you're looking at first round, beginning of the second round. I think it'd be over. Like I said, obviously, I'm back on myself. Otherwise, I won't be taking the fight. I think I'll win either first round or beginning of the second. But like I said, I definitely don't think it's going 5 rounds anyway.
Big shout out to David Round in the comments there, saying, yes, brothers, hope all's well, and ha ha ha, gay. Hope you're well, my man. Hope you're well.
You've always got something to say, Andy Round there.
I had John Ferguson on the podcast last night, and John mentioned he might want a little bit of David at some point, so I'll have to speak to David about that. But yeah, I agree, Grant. You're two heavy hitting lads. And I'd be surprised if it did go 5 rounds, but I know you've both got that in you as well to do that.
Yeah.
Corey,
I could probably do five rounds now. It wouldn't be at a good pace. So, like I say, you always train for at least 5 rounds. So I don't think it'll go that way.
Yeah. Corey, how do you see the fight going, mate?
I don't really like to do predictions because you leave yourself open. But yeah, the belt's coming on with me. I'm with Grant. I don't see it going to 5. I mean, my last couple of bare knuckles, I've done 5 rounds in both of them, but I don't see this one going 5. I think Grant's got a bit too much pedigree for any tippy tappy fucking running round ring type of fight. So he probably 1 or 2. Hopefully, everyone loves a knockout, and it's good when you win by knockout. So hopefully, I get a knockout round 1 or 2.
Great stuff. Grant, you got a bit of a call up to the BKFC after your last performance and things like that, but things didn't work out for whatever reason. As we were saying, Gilly, on the podcast last week, there's a clear pathway from the WBKB to the BKFC. Is that something, Corey? Is that you want to fight on that show again at some point?
Yeah, definitely. It's when I fought on there last time, the company you were around, it's top level. No offense to you guys, but it's top level stuff there, and the fighters they're bringing through. Obviously now Conor McGregor's involved with it and stuff. But yeah, that's the aim. You know what I mean? You want to get to the top, don't you? You know what I mean? You don't want to be fucking. We're not doing this just to play around. So because you get hurt in this sport. So if you're not doing it to get to the top, then you should be doing it. Yeah,
absolutely. Just unfortunately for you, Grant, you decided. Well, what was the reason behind it? If you don't mind answering that question.
The contract I got, I'll be honest with you, it was one of the worst contracts I've seen. I got offered like pro contracts in MMA, and some of them were bad, but that one was awful. I'll be honest. It was going to end up costing me money to fight. So it just said for me it'd have been good, but it's not the be all and end all. I like fighting for you guys. You feel looked after. So like I say, maybe one day the chance will come again. Maybe get a better contract. We'll just have to wait and see.
Time will tell. What was next on the agenda, Gilly?
Well, I'll just surmise that there's 2 things that have struck me there. Is obviously what they've both said. It's like we're basically putting guys on this show that have all got ambition, Ross. They're all looking to bigger things. They're all upwardly mobile. There's nobody here marking time. They're all here to try and get those BKFC contracts and progress. Another thing that I thought really struck me was speaking to Corey was, when Corey's talking about the belt and what it meant to him. And I know how much when Bartek won the belt for us, he slept with it on that night. I know when Jack Dugdale won his belt that it meant the world to Jack. And I just think it's really nice to hear from those guys how much winning a WBKB belt actually means to them. And it's just a bit sort of spine tingling, because obviously if Corey defends, then, that there'll be that feeling. And obviously if Grant wins, then Grant will have that feeling of being crowned champion in his hometown. And I just think that's just such a great incentive for both of these guys, isn't it? To walk out of there with that gold around the waist, mate. Absolutely fantastic.
Have you read them comments? Oh, man.
Oh, brilliant.
I toyed with the idea. I was like, should I put it on or should I not? But I thought, fuck it, why not? He's some boy. Yeah, Gilly, absolutely stop listening to what you were saying halfway through that because of what David was saying, but I'm sure it was great. I do apologise.
I think everybody watching stop listening to what I was saying halfway through as well, Ross.
You never know. Maybe David will fight for the WBKB one day if he's interested.
If you want, you can come up and do a comedy routine in our interval.
There's plenty of sheep up here as well, David, for you, so you're more than welcome. Brilliant, lads. Look, I won't take up any more of your time. Really appreciate you coming on, and we can't wait for this fight. Go and follow the lads on Instagram, like I say. Watch their journey on Grant on Facebook. Watch the journey, give them a follow and stuff like that. And it's going to be a night. Have you any parting words for each of the lads?
No, just like I said, I'll see him on the night. All the best. Like I
Yeah,
say, no hard feelings.
respect where respect is due. We'll dance on the night, and then that's it, innit? We'll get it over and done with.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant, lads. Appreciate you as always. I'll speak to you all soon, and hopefully I'll get down and hopefully try and get some filming done with you at some point, Corey, and Grant the same. I'll come over and get some filming done with you as well for the show.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah.
Brilliant. Have a good evening. I'll speak to you later.
That's all, lad. See you later.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Oh, bring Gilly back there. I can't wait. That's brilliant, isn't it, mate? The respect level between them is nice.
Yeah, honestly, mate, that was absolutely superb. You know, I just, like you say, I just think, like we keep saying, it's a gentleman's sport, isn't it? And I know there's always got to be an element of hyping the fight up and things like that, but just listening to those two guys, you know, it's fantastic, because you know they're going to go to war when it comes to it. On that day, they're both going to go in there with the intention of taking each other's heads off. And I think, like you said, Ross, I actually do think, like, first or second round, you know, I really do, because I think they're both going to meet each other in the middle. Like Corey said, you know, probably his last couple of bouts, they've been sort of boxing bouts and things like that. Grant's going to come there. Grant's going to meet him in the middle, and there's going to be no hiding place. And eventually, one of the two is going to land that big combo that's going to end the fight one way or the other. And
yeah, definitely.
Like you say,
I think this one's lit a fire under Corey, like he was saying as well. You know, he's gonna come in top condition for this one. I think obviously he's let himself go a little bit. He said in his last couple of fights he's been slack, so it'd be great to see them both come in at peak.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, let's be fair, when you're the defending champion, you know, that's the ultimate, isn't it? You know, it's one thing to try and win a fight or whatever, but when you're the man, when you're defending that title, you know, that's it, isn't it? It's like that's the ultimate motivation. He doesn't want to lose that title. He wants to keep that title. But at the same time, you know, I think that last show there was about 75 to 80 people came to watch Grant, and you know, what bigger motivation have you got than to win a title in front of maybe 100 of your own you know, spectators, your family, your friends. So yeah, very high stakes. And like you say, just to reiterate again, August 31st, Copeland Stadium at Whitehaven. We've got the grandstand and a huge marquee combination. So everybody will be undercover. Everybody will get a fantastic view of the action. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. Ringside, £75 a ticket. The VIP seated with table service, etc., they're £65 a ticket. And the seated grandstand, they're £45 a ticket. The tickets are available from Kev. So he's got a night off tonight, but he's expecting a busy day tomorrow. I think that's part of the reason why he's getting an early night, because he expects his phone to be as busy as mine is on Valentine's Day. His number is 07568 729 822. Give him a message and make sure you get your tickets, especially those ringside and VIP tickets. They're going to be absolute gold dust. Like to give a massive shout out, as you can see from the poster, huge shout out to Bounty Competitions, our main sponsor. They've sponsored the marquee for us. Calvi and Leanne, thank you very much for the sponsorship. Again, as you alluded to, Ross, Cloud Competitions, George and the guys from Cloud, they sponsored the bar for us. We're absolutely over the moon to be associated once again with Cloud. And as you've said, Ross, they're running a competition, £500 free of charge. Get entered in it, get support on both those pages. And we've also chuffed to have re-signed up for the event sponsor, Peyton Scaffolding. So a massive shout out to Peyton Brothers. That's Ryan Peyton from Peyton Brothers Scaffolding. Ryan's once again behind us for the show. A fantastic friend of the show, and we're really proud of being associated with such a fantastic company. As you can see, Ross is scrolling through all the packages that are available. Our existing sponsors, we will be in touch with you very shortly with a view to renewing the packages that you've previously had and things like that. And obviously just want to say thank you again to everybody who sponsored us across WBKB1, WBKB2, and sponsorship packages and opportunities are now available for WBKB3. Message us on our social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and also check out and give us a subscribe and a like on our YouTube channel as well.
You know, what's left for me to say? Nothing. You've done it all, Gilly. Do you want your own podcast show?
Do you know something? I was getting to the point where I was thinking I need to pause for breath. That's where I was at. I was like, I need to pause for a breath here. So, yeah. And obviously, we're going to announce that we're going to show after these on our social media, Ross. We're going to announce the ticket layouts, aren't we, and things like that. So all the information will be there. So make sure everybody get an eye out, get in there, get your tickets, because the last show was a sellout. I'm sure this show is going to be a sellout as well. And we don't, last time round I felt awful because the amount of people who had to say sorry, we've got no VIP tickets to was unbelievable. So if you want your VIP ticket, don't come to us a week before the show because we probably won't have anything for you. So get in there, get your tickets reserved, and get the best seats in the house while you can.
I know there's a few tables gone already, isn't there? So there's still plenty there to go at, but it's quite a big capacity that we've got for this one. Is it 900? If I'm right in saying?
Yeah, it is. It's a large capacity, Ross, like you say, because again, the more sponsors we get, the bigger the crowds, and the more we can invest in the fighters. We can bring, like obviously we can look to bring guys like David round up to Cumbria and and get guys of his caliber on our show. And obviously, just massive shout out. No, it's Rick there saying that he's going to be coming up to the show again. It'd be great to see you, Rick.
Yeah, RSD Transportation. Go and give him a follow as well.
Absolute top man.
Yeah, he's at all the shows. BKFC, YouTube Wars. He's been at the WBKB. He goes to them all. He loves it. And like I say, RSD Transportation and Recovery. So go and give him a follow. But that's it, Gilly. WBKB Thursday is over for now, but we'll be back next Thursday with more exciting announcements.
Yes, we've got if people keep their eyes peeled on our social media, obviously we've got another title fight to announce in the next couple of days. The guys who are competing in that title fight, I think they're going to join us on a podcast. And obviously we've got a big signing to announce, and we'll probably do that first on the podcast in the near future as well, Ross. So, yeah, WBKB Thursdays, it's the place to be.
Absolutely. And only 3 months away. Plenty of time to... Plenty more announcements to come, but get your tickets early. Don't miss out. You won't want to miss this show. Absolutely, mate.
100%. Like I say, we're raising the bar once again. This show's going to be absolutely fantastic. So get your tickets. Tickets are on sale from tomorrow. Hit the ground running. For a lot of people, it's payday. Make sure you get in touch with us and get those tickets snapped up while you can.
Brilliant, Gilly. Thanks very much as always, mate, and I'll speak to you very soon.
See you later, Ross. Thanks very much, mate. See you in a bit.
Ta-ra. Yeah, thanks very much for joining us, ladies and gents. Big shout out to everyone in the comments there. James, Jack, David Round, David, one more round in the comments. Great to see. Rick Doherty, my man, ice cold. Thank you very much. And next week as well, we'll try and get it so it goes on the WBKB Facebook page. We'll try and get that sorted. Like I say, go and get your tickets, order them early. Make sure you don't miss out on this show because it's going to be an absolute cracker. Danny Christie is going to be the special guest referee. And lots of other things to be announced as well. Couple of news tomorrow. There's going to be a bit in there that I've done about the show, and hopefully going to get something on with Radio Cumbria as well. BBC Radio Cumbria. There's going to be something on there. But that's it. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. I'm going to have the weekend off. But only 10 days away. Is it 9 days away from the BKFC Prospect Show in Newcastle? Can't wait to see some of you there. Can't wait to see everyone there. Hit the likes on the way out in the Thank you, Rick. Yeah, jab that like button, jab the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you all soon.